And then we found a toilet in Starbucks.
Starbucks saves us.
Chives.
I don't know. Say it's scary.
Let's not do that.
Let's not do it.
We found a loop in the system. Which apparently is like a delicacy here. Hey, it's your flashy fashion reporter, Kathy Cat. We are asking the foreigners who are living here in Japan or visiting Japan what kind of accident they had. So be careful not to have the same accident. Let's go and ask foreigners in Japan.
Dressed like this.
Yeah, no, kind of. I guess it's like the tattoos. I feel more welcomed and I stand out less. I still do, but like
You feel more welcomed in Japan and stand out less in Japan than back home, you mean?
a little bit in Melbourne. I feel like I stand out anywhere I go, but like I feel like a bit more at home in Harajuku. Like especially the way you dress. You just dress what makes you happy.
Exactly. Like here in Japan, you dress the way you are and you feel more accepted?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, so I also have a YouTube channel at Nubuke and Nubuke. And yesterday I was trying a video where I was trying like different foods. And the night ended with me trying fish spam, which apparently is like a delicacy here. That was quite the experience.
Why did you know it was going to be scary? Why did you try to do it in the first place?
So I wanted to do like, what are the foods in the world that people think are strange but aren't strange because they're parts of like somebody else's culture. So I was really coming here to learn, to try different things, but I was like, that was a lot for me.
Okay, so where did you order it? What environment was it? How did you feel when you had it?
I don't know how I ended up in a place that I ate it, but it
I had
was,
the feeling there were a couple of drinks involved.
there were a couple of drinks involved. You have to prepare yourself for such an activity. And it was tempura'd. So, and then it was just like very gooey on the inside, but like crunchy on the outside. It was a very interesting experience.
So do you have anything else that was like scary or some sort of accident that happened while you were here?
But like, Japan is not a scary country. It's very safe. So like, I would just get lost and then kind of wing it. Just make it part of the trip, make it part of the adventure. So I would say that's the closest thing to scary that I've done.
I've lost my parasol a bunch of times, so I lost it at ACDC Rag, but the staff kept it and then gave it back to me later. So that was fine. And also I lost my train pass, but one of my students explained how to go and get another one, so that was really helpful.
So you didn't get that one back, you just had to get yourself a new one?
Yeah, so you can just pay like 1,000 yen and then get a new, because I had the commuter pass and the credits, so they were able to restore everything.
Ooh, can you explain how that works?
Sure. So yeah, when I lost my train pass, it has like your name written on it, and then also like the date that your commuter pass was from and until. So then I just went to the station office and then gave them my name and information, and they were able to pull it up. So it was worked out really well. And then after that, you just pay the 1,000 yen, and then they can reprint it.
And then just transfer it onto the new card?
Yes. So as long as you go during business hours, they can transfer everything back to the new card.
But what if like a random person like me just comes and takes your details and your chives?
I don't know. Say it's scary.
Let's not do that. Let's not do it. We found a loop in the system. Oh no.
I go to a lot of idol lives. So, I mean, I've had a few times where like I go to like super small Chika idol live, like this Chika idol. Please support Sakura Usagi Yumepi. Onegaishimasu. I've had times like when I first came, I was like super nervous. There's only like 4 of us there, and I was like kind of like, oh, I don't know what to buy. Or, like I don't know, should I like spend like the 1,000 yen to talk to her? And one of the fans actually was just like, oh, like you're a first timer here. Like he gave me like a CD and was just like, and like one of the checky tickets because he had bought like 20 and was just like, go do it, go meet her. Like you won't regret it. And I was like. Like I was like really insecure about communicating in Japanese, and so like for them to kind of just like reach out to me was like really, I don't know, it just warmed my heart a lot. It was like, oh, the idol community here is so nice.
All thanks to that first fan, right?
Yes, I was able to contribute at the end.
Toilets, of course.
We were going to a cafe. We were like, oh my god, where's the toilet? And we saw a cafe, but it was not a cafe actually. There was like there was an office cafe
It looked like
place.
like a coffee, but it was some kind of company or something. They were working there.
There were Americans coming and telling us, oh, we went there also. And then there were other tourists downstairs waiting after the next. Oh, it's not a cafe, so it was all tourists. And thinking it was a cafe, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it
so
was
we were all in the same boat.
Right. So a lot of people go there. Everyone thinks it's a cafe, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. And then we found a toilet in Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starbucks
You can
saves
drop-
us.
drop-
Yeah.
What is the biggest difference between Finland?
But one major difference, we have much less people.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! I have been in Tokyo in 1985 last time. Yeah, but now it's like okay, lots of people. Everything is big. It's huge. We got nothing like this.
How
Nothing.
was Tokyo in 1985?
Yeah. Oh, then it was also very big, and I saw the what's the name of the mikä on eläintarha? Zoo and some McDonald's breakfast, and there were no signs in English. Now it's much easier to go. So the exit was the only thing, and we were completely lost in train stations and everything like that. So it was huge. A lot of people, a lot of lights in the night. I saw sumo and some kabuki and very exciting, but so different then. And this is more people it feels for me now, but maybe that's just the feeling. Yeah.
Can you think also of a difference between back home and Japan?
The service here is much different than in Finland. In Finland, it's not like the food comes a little slower and
You do everything by yourself.
yeah.
Self-
Yeah, you just like go to the cashier and then you just order and then you take it and then you go sit down and you eat it and you bring.
Oh, well, I have another lost story because I did actually lose my phone in Yodobashi camera, but the staff kept it and like they filed a police report and everything.
Wow.
So I just went back to the Yodobashi later and I was like, I think I left my phone here. And they're like, yeah, hold on a second. And then literally the police came and they were like, just sign this and then you can have it. It was really nice. They kept it for me and they made like all the official paperwork for like making sure it was okay.
Wow. They signed a police report. That's the first time I heard that.
Filled out
Yeah.
everything for you. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I never even thought.
So they were very dedicated. They went through a lot of like steps just to help. They were like, oh, hang on there. We'll call the police and get your stuff back. And I was like, whoa, okay.
Recently, I have a part-time job where we like communicate on like transceivers, like radios. The amount of like when they're like, oh, you're supposed to do this and they do that and blah blah blah, like that kind of communication. Normally, Japanese would just apologize and move on, like sumimasen, like, you know, next time I'll be more careful type of thing. Me, I was like, no, I said, like, I kind of like asserted myself, I think, a little bit too much because like the radio silence after I said that on the transceiver was like, yikes. They're like, oh, you should have just said something before. And I was like, I did. And it was just like,
And you stood up for yourself and there was the sudden silence.
yeah, like normally you're just like, it's like, oh, apologize, move on. Like even if you kind of know you're, you know, in the right, and like just like next time, just try to, you know, be a little more proactive sometimes. But I felt that was definitely like guidance smash moment of being like, no.
I was not wrong.
Yeah. So that was a little abrasive, I felt.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. I think sometimes it's actually good, especially if you know you were in the right.
Yes, definitely. I feel like it was a small issue, so maybe it was like, I could have just moved on. But at that moment, I was like, no.
Whenever I go to like McDonald's or some fast food, I get as many sauce packets as possible. Usually the staff look at me like I'm crazy because I'm like, I don't want just one packet of ketchup. Can I get like 2 or 3? So sometimes they'll actually give it to me. Usually they're like, no. Or like, you have to pay like 10 yen more. So I always do that. Yeah.
So you get weird looks for that?
Yeah.
They say no?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, wait a second. What if you really want more ketchup?
I guess I just have to like struggle.
They say go to the konbini and
Yeah.
buy yourself your own ketchup. Bring your own.
That would definitely be a gaijin smash, yeah.
So, bring your own ketchup
Bring
to the
my own
restaurant.
ketchup.
Yeah, in Japan, usually they don't have free ketchup.
Yeah, there's no free
like,
ketchup,
you
really.
can grab. Oh, I think one thing is back at home, I'm from the Midwest in America, so we're like super, super friendly. And when I get off the bus, I normally say thank you to the bus driver. That freaks people out. Like I'll get up, I'm like, arigato. Like, yeah, I normally do that. And I've done it when I've ridden like in the first car of the train and like the train drivers are going, oh, thank you. And Japanese people were like, what is she doing? Like, and the conductors and the driver's face is like, what? I guess that is definitely something like thanking the service workers. Like working as a service worker normally doesn't happen. Like no one normally thanks you back. It's just like, oh, okay, you know, you do your whole keigo thing. But yeah, that's definitely something that I think has thrown people off, is like me saying like thank you to the
No, good point. Like a friend of mine, her dad was a bus driver, and so she made a point out of every time when she left the bus saying thank you, and I thought that was something really nice, so I adopted that too. So they might not be used to it, but I'm sure they appreciate it.
I think they do appreciate it. Like, it's a surprise, but it's not like insulted, you know? So yeah, that's definitely something I did a lot, especially when I first came here, and everyone was kind of thrown off, I feel.
Yeah, I'm so talkative on the train. And then I'll just come on the train in Japan. I'll just be quiet. Because if I like remotely talk louder, like everybody's gonna look at me like, why are you talking? So I've learned to be a quieter person in Japan. Very self-reflective. I'm just like keeping my thoughts on the inside. And the alcohol is very fantastically strong from the convenience stores, but not from the restaurants. So I found that, and I don't know if it's because I'm just gravitating towards picking the 9% alcohol cans, like the long can. But like, it's just, yesterday I had like 3 lemon sours in the restaurant. I was like, oh, okay. You know, this is nothing compared to that one big can of like 9% alcohol.
Ultra strong, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a little fun fact about Japan that I've just learned recently.
For instance, my neighbors, we've been together for like 10 years, and I greet my neighbor, good morning, and she was like, Bikrishta. Oh, God, for 10 years. And I just finally greet you, good morning, and she's like, Bikrishta.
While you were here, did you notice you guys do something that Japanese people maybe don't do?
We show what is like where is something, and that's not the like good thing that we point at stuff. Yes, that's something. And of course, I will start to talk in the subway, in the metro, and then goes don't talk. Ah, that's right. Let's be quiet.
Sometimes we talk to strange people, and Japanese are so shy. They are confused. They don't know how to deal with us when we talk to them. So
Like randomly talking with strangers is not common.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know how to manage with us. So.
One funny thing was in the metro when we were I was talking about to Ulrika that there's a rush hour. And she said, oh, there's not much people. And then we went in the rush hour and there's, okay, this is what you meant by the rush hour. And then we were talking, well, this is not even bad yet. So we don't have anything resembling like that.
How was rush hour?
It was.
You like it?
Yeah, I liked it. It was really tight. There was a lot of people.
Because we are gaijin, we like all extreme Japanese things.
Extreme Japanese experience for sure, the rush hour.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, oh my god, finally I'm going to the Japanese metro. Like, wow, finally.
Finally, this is Japan.
I've had a lot of accidents in Japan since I've been living here for 8 years, over 8 years now. Most recently, I literally fell off my bicycle. That was very embarrassing. All of my people on Instagram, Discord, and know about this story, but I'm healing up okay. What are your random accidents you might have had while you're traveling? Let us know. This is the next video. Check this one out for more Japan content, and our socials are down in the description box. See you soon. Bye.